Good morning, Sycamore class at Braywick Court School. My name is Alistair Humphreys and I am the author of The Boy Who Bite the World books that you're reading. Thank you so much for reading my books. I really hope you're enjoying them, and I hope mostly that they're giving you ideas for adventures of your own. Thank you also for sending in lots of excellent questions, which I'm going to answer whilst also drinking my coffee. Ooh. Look how dirty my coffee mug is. This is the good thing about being a book writer and writing books in the shed, is you don't need to bother washing up your own cup. That's disgusting. Don't tell my mum. Right. Let me open your questions. Question 1. Were you sad to leave your relatives? Yeah, I was definitely sad to leave my relatives. That's a hard part of going away on journeys, is waving goodbye. It's sad and I miss them. But I also missed a lot of people along the trip. I'd make friends with them. They'd look after me. I'd stay with their family for a few days and then I had to say goodbye to them as well. So there was a lot of making new friends and saying goodbye to them. And yeah, that was a sad part of the trip. Why did you choose to cycle to Africa? Well, I wanted to cycle around the world. That was my plan, and here I have a world. My plan was to start from where I lived and then cycle down the 3 big areas of land in the world. So, first of all, I cycled down Europe, through the Middle East and all the way down Africa to South Africa. That was stage 1. Then I went on a sailing boat across the Atlantic Ocean, and the next big chunk of land is to cycle all the way from South America all the way up to the top of North America in Alaska. And then the final big chunk of land is Asia and Europe, Eurasia, and I cycle then from Russia all the way back home again. So that's why I chose that route. Did you see any new animal species? Well, I didn't discover any species. I'm not a scientist. I wish I was. That'd be cool. But I saw lots of animals I'd never seen before. Unfortunately, Britain, we've got some of the worst amount of nature in the whole world. You know, our country has got less nature than most countries in the world. It's really a bad condition. So it was fantastic to go to wilder places and see the birds and insects and animals along the way. That was something I really enjoyed, seeing whales when you're sailing across an ocean, or grizzly bears in Alaska, or llamas up in the Andes Mountains in Peru, and then all the fantastic animals in Africa, crocodiles and leopards and zebras, snakes and scorpions and beautiful birds. So yeah, wildlife is a great part of any adventure. Hottest country I visited was Sudan in Africa, and also Turkmenistan in Central Asia. That was really hot as well. Did you really like the milk and blood drink, or were you just being kind when you said you liked it? You know, this is really weird now that I've started this book by talking. Well, let me go back. The story you guys are reading is the story of my adventure around the world. I spent 4 years cycling around the world, and then I just changed the adventure a bit to make it being a boy, Tom, who was cycling around the world. I thought that would be more interesting for children than reading about a boring, ugly old adult like me. So it's a true story of the things that I did. Except the blood and the milk isn't true. I've never had that before. It's quite a famous ceremony, but I haven't done it myself. So I don't actually know why I included that in the book now, because I just made that part of it up, which is weird now I think about it. If I was writing the book again, I wouldn't include that. I'd just stick to the things that really did happen. How long did it take to write the book? It takes me about 1 year to write a book. So each of these was roughly 1 year to do. I'm currently writing a book called The Girl Who Rowed the Ocean, about Tom's sister Lucy, who sets off to row across the Atlantic Ocean for her adventure. And hopefully I'll finish that by the end of the summer term. But that's taken me quite a long time. Why did you choose to write the book? Well, in the olden days, I used to be a teacher. And then when I was actually cycling around the world, I did about 300 talks in different schools around the world talking about my adventures. So I knew that young people enjoyed stories of travel and adventure and learning about different countries in the world. So I wanted to take my adventure, and write it in a way that younger readers would enjoy. So I've written a book about cycling around the world for adults, and then I wanted to reach a wider audience. I'm actually glad that I did, because at the moment I've written 13 books now, but this is currently my best-selling book, so I'm definitely glad that I've written it. What did you enjoy most about your expedition? Great question. Probably the people I met. To go to all these different countries in the world and see people living lives, very different lives to the way I live at home, but who were still good, kind, nice, interesting, friendly people, and to feel welcome in all different parts of the world. I think that was probably my favourite part of it. Thank you that's the end of the questions. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for reading my book, and most of all, I hope it gives you some ideas to start planning adventures of your own. You might not go all around the world just yet, but maybe you can find somewhere close to where you live. I bet within 5 miles of where you live, there is somewhere you have never been before. Walk there or cycle there with your friends or your family or your parents, your teachers, your carers. Go somewhere you've never been, and you are being an explorer. We can all find adventure if we only choose to go and look for it. So, good luck with all of your adventures, and thanks very much. Bye.